Welcome back, everyone, to this week's episode of Booking the Territory, the Unprofessional Wrestling Podcast, where today we are talking WCW Saturday Night on TBS from January the 12th, 1991, the second show of 1991. And as we get rolling, I want to give a special shout out to our largest page contributors monthly. Disrespectfully Classy, Marky Blassie, Mike Childry, Joe Ice, and good old Justin. And a shout out to one new patron this week, Michael R. Thanks for becoming a new annual patron. And for everyone listening to this, because it is still our birthday month for another about 6 days as of this show dropping. If you go annual, either as a new patron or existing monthly patron, you'll get not 1, but 2 months free through the last day of June. So sign up now at tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. That's tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. And you can listen to even more dulcet tones of us on Patreon and all 300 plus Patreon exclusive shows. Doc, it's just you and I right now. The superstar Hardbody Harper is supposed to join. He said, okay, he would be here. So when he says, okay, that doesn't really mean we know what time or when he'll be here. So how are you?
Well, it means I'm great. It means that he's received the message. It doesn't mean that he agrees with it. Am I wrong?
I don't know. Sometimes when he says okay, it means he agrees with it. And sometimes when he says okay, it means he got the message and doesn't necessarily agree with. He uses okay for many circumstances and answers.
Okay.
And his buddy, the champ, Luke Hawks, cut a promo on him on social media a few weeks back because of that.
Well, if only I had social media. The tardiness is the big problem. Now, last week we talked about swinging. Was it last week we talked about swinging in the cooler if we had to go back to work at Burger King? That talk is continued. We now think it would be under 30 minutes we'd be swinging in the cooler. But we got something else that's really on our minds, Mike, and it's the fucking heat.
It's a problem.
It's a problem.
I got no words, bro. I can't. I mean,
so for all of you that are worldwide, summer in Texas is hot. We know this. It's not a surprise. But we are a full 6 to 7 weeks ahead of schedule. And we were at a youth soccer tournament this weekend, and we kicked off at 2:00 in the afternoon, and the heat index was 112.
Brutal.
And it's been that way for the last 5 or 6 days, and it's that way every day into the 2-week forecast. And I think everybody thinks, oh, I could do 112. It's the 106 every day that fucking gets you, man. It just gnaws at your soul. It's getting worse, Mike. What are we gonna do?
It makes you angry.
It makes you angry. It really does. It's like, fuck this. I don't care what happens.
First world problems as we go inside and enjoy AC. Although you were telling me yesterday your AC wasn't keeping up, and I was like, bruh, that's a brand new AC. What's the problem?
I had it set on 72, and it could only get down to 74. It's too hot.
You need to make a phone call because.
Well, today it's working fine because the heat index is only 103.
Bruh, I don't look. Something's wrong with your AC because it's brand new. It should be keeping up.
Man, I can't keep up. We're all Von Erich things, man.
Swinging from the cooler at the Burger King.
Man, I'm going to go down to my local Burger King and introduce myself and ask them if I can have, 5 minutes alone in their walk-in. Where'd that guy go? Oh, no, he said something about just needing 5 minutes in the walk-in. Oh, my God.
Walk in and Doc swinging from Bro, I'm not trying to make fun of suicide, but man, 30 minutes of that place at my age, I might be swinging, bro.
You got some 22-year-old assistant manager that's only claim to fame is he got the job because he's the only one not stealing, trying to tell you as a grown man how to do this dumbass job.
I know it's unpopular to say what I'm about to say, but there are a lot of fast food workers who are severely underpaid for what they have to do. Now, I know there's locations where they take forever and you got teenagers in there who don't know what the hell they're doing, but I'm just saying that's a hard job. And I'm not advocating paying people that work there $30 an hour, but I'm also advocating give them more than what they currently getting. Most places.
I'm also going to tell you, having worked in numerous restaurant locations, if you haven't worked in the food industry, you would really change your attitudes in restaurants and areas for the better when being around food service folks.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. For real. Yeah. Yeah. No doubt, bro. No doubt. All right,
So,
Doc. Yeah, go ahead. I think we got a couple topics.
Well, it's a couple topics. Yeah, it's hotter than fuck. So we were talking about something this morning, interesting little diversion out of the blue topic we thought we could hit tonight. And it's this idea of people who are stars. And when you're a star in the wrestling business, more times than not, you have it. And it can be accentuated, but I believe, unlike most things in life, it is not manufactured. It is the innate natural gift you were born with of charisma and it. And you can work at it, but if you don't have it to begin with, it ain't gonna go anywhere. Do you agree or disagree with that assessment?
No, I think having it as it pertains to professional wrestling is truly probably the biggest thing that makes people stars. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are people who are certain levels of maybe having it, and they might start off at a, everybody's got to start somewhere, so they might not be fully developed, but even in the beginning, you see them and you go, that person's got something. They got it.
And it's not always work rate.
That's the most overrated goddamn thing in the whole sport, the whole work rate thing.
I got you.
I mean, I'm not saying you got to be a slob and not know what you're doing, but I mean, if I wanted to watch gymnastics, I'd go watch gymnastics.
Fair enough. Okay.
But yeah, it is it.
It is it. So we made this comparison. You and I have improved as podcasters over these many, many years. But Harper has it. Now, he hasn't brought it to the table tonight. And his it doesn't take direction. And it's tardy. And it's crazy. But it's it.
Harper's got it. There is something there.
Okay.
It's called it. Go watch and listen to his Channel 4 WWL interview when they were promoting the Revolution Rumble.
He's ready to bring it on the air. He says he's on.
Okay. So
that shit must have come out sideways because he's 15 minutes late after saying okay. Interesting.
Okay. Yeah, let's get the superstar added to this. I'm not sure why he's not.
He's the guy that shows up after the first match is already in the ring. Hey guys, what's up?
I don't know why it's not adding him. Oh, there it is. It's calling now.
All right.
Be nice if he picks up.
Oh, it'd be great, wouldn't it?
Hey. Maybe he should just call one of us because, I mean, it's just... Oh, there he goes. Oh, there he is, the superstar. He got it.
What's up, man?
Doc, tell them what we're talking about here.
So we're talking about the idea that to be a star in the wrestling business, you need to have it.
Right.
And that it factor is more important than your move set, your work rate, and in some cases even your athletic ability.
Correct.
So now the discussion is, who in today's product has it?
I mean, bro, we all know the answer to that.
Okay, would you mind sharing it?
MJF.
He's got it.
Yeah, he's got it. You know, he should start wearing condoms.
Okay.
I'm going to say, go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm going to say somebody that folks don't know.
I'm going to say, I was trying to say who I was going to say before you said it.
I mean, Roman Reigns has it. I mean, I know that's controversial.
Roman Reigns has it. You know who else has it?
Who?
Jay Briscoe.
Yes. Oh, yeah, they got it.
I didn't say they. Mark Briscoe is phenomenal. Jay Briscoe has it.
Oh, come on.
I mean, before Harper got on, Harper's got it.
I got it, bro.
Not the clap or anything. He's got it.
He just said he's got it. He just admitted he's got it. Wow. What a humble
I got it. Well, because I don't wear a face sock.
Okay, raised in Arizona.
Yeah, you see, you got to have three things to truly make it to where, like, this is what you do for a living. You got to be able to talk. You got to have the body. And you got to have, you got to know how to fucking wrestle. You got to have three, well, there's four. You got to be able to talk, have the body, know how to wrestle, and have psychology. You need three of those to make this a fucking day job. And every now and then you come across a motherfucker that has all four of them. That motherfucker's going to be, a fucking millionaire.
You better sign him to the long-term deal.
Yes.
So say the four things again, Harper.
You got to have a body.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be able to wrestle. You got to be able to talk. And you got to get the psychology down. Like, know how to work. The psychology.
And I would argue that the time we're reviewing now is when the body became more of a have to have. Because you look at a Dusty, he didn't need the body.
No, exactly. You need three of those four to turn this into a fucking day job. If you find a motherfucker that's got all four of them, they're a fucking superstar. Like, they're on fucking WrestleMania and main event in a fucking NFL size stadium.
Who else has it?
Oh, I mean,
when you think it, let's see.
Punk has it.
Punk has it.
Daniel Bryan has it. I think he does.
Yeah, I think he does too. I think Kevin Owens has it.
Yeah, Kevin Owens has it.
Kevin Owens has it. I think Jay Lethal has it.
I think, to be honest, I think Zack Ryder has it. Matt Cordova, whatever his last name is.
If he doesn't have it, that guy had what it takes to swim upstream in WWE and get himself over.
Right.
That says a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, say what you will.
And that's what people putting up roadblocks.
Yeah. Say what you will. John Cena was the poster boy for it.
Yes.
Not my favorite wrestler.
Right.
That dude gets a bad rap. I was telling Doc today at the 2006 ECW One Night Stand pay-per-view when WWE revived it.
I was watching that the other night.
So I look, I'm not like a big Cena fan. I respect the dude. I actually think he was forced down everybody's throat for years, right? We all know that.
It's like I was no big Cena fan, but he wasn't aimed towards me. He was for kids. He was their Hulk Hogan.
True.
He was there to sell T-shirts and buy his. I mean, that's so. I mean, fuck, am I going to shit on him for that?
No, I hear you. I agree, Harper. What I was gonna say, and I told this to Doc years ago, and I was telling him this today. At that 2006 ECW pay-per-view, I just had a lot of respect for him after watching that match, because there was real life heat in that building, and those people were ready to riot if Van Dam didn't win that title.
Yeah.
And Cena, I mean, look, I know people say, "Oh my God, it's not like he was in a war." Look, I'm not trying to compare it to some, catastrophic circumstances, but they were on top of him and chanting just, bullshit, same old shit. It was the ECW crowd, and Cena was kind of not the cartoon character of the 80s or early 90s, but he was the corporate machine guy that they were, that the WWE is trying to stuff down everybody's face. And here's Van Dam, ECW, and Cena. I mean, there was a botch in that match, but man, he went out there, and those two, you could just feel the energy. I was energized, Doc. You could feel there was a movement in that building that night, and it was 100% anti-Cena. And that dude held it together and went out there and had a hell of a match. And I don't know. I look at that match, and I've told this to Doc, and Doc agrees. I've told it to other people, and they're like, it wasn't that good. I'm like, I'm not trying to sit there and sell you on the fact that it was the greatest match of all time. I want you to take the atmosphere into perspective. I want you to take the opponent, the pay-per-view, and then what he dealt with everybody on his back. That dude just went with it, and he went out there and put Van Dam over, and it was just, I mean, you could feel it. If you go watch that match now,
we reviewed it on this show.
I know it's been years ago.
Because when he first got into wrestling, where was he trained at?
OVW.
Yes. Trained by who?
Cornette.
You're right.
Well, not just Cornette.
Well, he came from, didn't he come from Bassman first?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying he was in the fucking territories like in the fucking early 80s, but he at least came up in a non-WWFE product first. If you took some, but if you took some motherfucker where that's all they've ever been exposed to, they would have froze the fuck up, bro, and they would have been fucking up spots left and right.
Okay, so here's the other thing.
Well, in fairness, OVW was.
Right, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Y'all
I'm
are
just
pissing off all the
up.
audience talking about Cena. Let's piss off
because NXT is still their
I got
product.
I got
still
you. I
their
got you.
fan base.
I
Let's talk about who else has it. When I think it, I think Tracy Smothers.
Yeah, Tracy had it.
Ricky Morton.
Yeah, Ricky Morton had it. I mean, fuck, if you're talking about guys like that, fuck, we can be talking all goddamn night about that.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously Flair had it, Arn had it, but your original question was who in modern wrestling has it?
Right. I mean,
was what you originally asked. So we said Jay Lethal. I mean Jay Briscoe. We said Kevin Owens,
Charlotte,
Roman,
and Becky have it.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. So you said current though, Doc. So what other current ones do you have?
Interesting. We may be coming to the end of the list.
I mean, it's hard. It's not an easy discussion to have. No, Kenny Omega don't have it. That dude just.
I think Cody does. Cody might. You don't think so?
I think that there's an extraordinary effort by people who need greatness in their lives to make a guy who's a really damn good professional wrestler be transcendent because it's Dusty's kid. There's no shading it. What he did with that torn pec is beyond commendable. It's beyond admirable. It was gutsy. Does he have it to be? To me, he's an IC champion, and that's about the ceiling.
Oh, I think he could be more than that.
I don't want to turn this into a bash Cody, but I don't think he's got it. I think he's a
No?
hell of a talent. I think
Mhm.
he's a
It
hell of a
doesn't mean
talent.
that, hey, most of the roster's not going to be it. And you need the rest of the roster to be solid professional wrestlers.
Yeah. Well,
I don't think Seth Rollins has it. I think he can go.
I think he's a hell of a professional wrestler. I don't think he's got it. I'm with you,
Yep.
Doc. I don't think Dean Ambrose or Moxley or whatever his name's got it either.
Nope.
that's nice.
I just don't. I mean, what do you want me to say?
I mean,
So
here's the thing.
who else, Doc?
You watch, if you go back, and it's key. You go back and you watch Austin and WCW, which we're going to do before too long. That guy had something. Now, it doesn't mean like Tracy Smothers was never the world champion in a big promotion, and there were too many roadblocks. But you could tell Stunning Steve Austin had something. Am I wrong?
No.
It's easy to Monday morning quarterback that, but that guy jumped off the page.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you flew into 1992 and if you flew into when he comes in, you could just go, okay, the dude's got something. But it's easy for us to say that now because we saw what he became. It's always easier to do that. Okay, Doc, I'm going to throw a name out at you. I want to ask you if this guy's got it. Eddie Kingston.
I think so. He's got 3 to 4.
I know. That's why I say that. That's exactly why I said it.
It enough to be the guy. I don't know.
Oh, well, yeah. Fuck, I don't know about being your,
But there's something intangible about what he brings to the presentation that draws you in.
Because he reminds you of just some fucking raw bone asshole sitting on a bar stool that you don't want to fuck with. He may not look like Lex Luger, but you don't want to fuck with him.
And I think he's cutting a promo on you while he's kicking your ass.
Right.
Okay. And when you say, Doc, here's the other part you got to clarify. When I asked that question to you, I say, do you think Eddie Kingston has it? You're not saying top of the line, this person is a megastar right now. You're just saying, do they have it? And it means they have the potential to be a 7-figure earner or maybe high 6.
An innate charisma to transcend.
Yeah. So it's not, I mean, I don't think
he's got it.
I think Kingston's too old at this point to become that, but
right. Yeah.
I do believe he's got it. I just don't think it's going to happen for him because of his age and
that's fair.
Where he's at in his career. Look, the guy hammered it out on the indies for, 17 years or whatever. I can't remember how long exactly it was.
Yeah.
So it's hard to put that on him. Okay, here's one more for you, Doc, for me. Obviously, I know the answer to this, but I want to bring it up because he's a star. He gets on my nerves. I don't really like watching him anymore. Chris Jericho.
You think he still has it?
Oh, no, well, that's a good question, Harper. Doc, does Jericho still have it?
Can you lose it?
Right.
Maybe I think he may have eaten it.
I mean, Ric Flair doesn't, he's going to wrestle in a couple of weeks, and he's lost a couple of those factors because he's 72 years old. But
and people are going to spend that $200 on that crap to watch it. Ugh.
It costs $200 to get the pay-per-view?
I think for like the whole thing, the whole Starcast thing with the pay-per-view is like $2-something.
So what if I would just want to watch the actual wrestling event?
Man, if I'm spending $200,
dude,
I better get 2021 interest rates on a refi as well, bro.
I thought you was gonna say something. I thought you were gonna say something.
You were gonna say that the mortgage man better come over and give me a rub and tug. I don't want that.
Yeah, come on.
Okay, I got a couple more guys for you on this. Have it, Ricky Starks, Doc. Up and coming people now is what I'm throwing out at you.
Well, he's New Orleans own, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to be real honest.
Sure.
I'll be real honest with everybody here. I, in all honesty, have not seen enough of that guy to even be able to comment.
And that's the problem.
Well,
That's
maybe.
the problem.
I don't get to watch AEW as much just because of my other obligations in life.
Sammy Guevara. Does he have a hit?
Maybe. Again, I haven't seen enough of him.
He's got it
And
more than
that's not
friggin'
his
Ricky
fault. That's
Starks.
my fault.
See, I don't know who that is. I just know from listening to Cornette on a podcast. I just know these names, but
Sammy Guevara's been on our show, son.
when?
5 years ago, maybe.
Oh, really?
Jade Cargill, Doc.
She could.
She's
Maybe.
got it. The
Yeah,
look, she got
she
it.
has a ton of potential if she surrounds herself. If she surrounds herself with the people that can guide her and actually teach her.
I said it years ago. The guy who had it that squandered it and didn't cultivate it was Enzo Amore.
Yeah.
I don't know, Doc. I don't think he was ever going to be a good enough wrestler.
That
To
may
me,
be true. Michael Hayes, bruh.
Yeah, but the
Different
thing is,
time. Different time.
I'm aware.
when Enzo, it seemed like every promo was like a one-trick pony almost. It
He
was the
needed to be-
same.
Well, you've got to take it and cultivate your craft after you have it.
Fuck, he's jacked up now. You seen a recent picture of him?
For what though?
What you mean?
What's he gonna do with all that jacked upness?
Whatever the hell he wants.
Harper,
Okay.
continue what you were saying before me and Doc rudely cut you off about Enzo. You were saying something about one trick pony.
Because I remember watching him on when he was on Raw, and it was the same kind of. He would repeat the same catchphrases. And Michael P.S. Hayes wasn't really repeating the same catchphrases.
But the different time there is also Michael Hayes was given the freedom to develop that where Enzo wasn't.
That is true. That's true. They were in different environments.
Michael Hayes probably at the age of 19 or 18 got thrown in the deep end and said, figure it out.
Hey, Doc, one more before we jump to the next topic, before we get to Saturday night.
Oh, yeah.
The Young Bucks. Do they have it?
What they have is go away heat. You know what they are? I was
they
thinking
got
about this. You know what they are, Harper? You know what the Young Bucks are?
That.
You know, like in the glory days of the hair metal that we've talked about, you had the LA Guns and the Rat, and those kind of bands.
They're like Autograph?
No, Autograph was in the early 80s.
Okay.
These guys were the guys who had their debut album in like 90 or 91.
Like
they were late to the party.
Like
and
Kicks.
It was over when Kicks was around for a long time though.
Yeah.
But it was over when they got there. And they were like, dudes, let's party. And everybody else was on to grunge. That's the Young Bucks for me. No, they don't have it.
So you're saying like they're like a dinosaur just showing up right when a fucking meteor
meteors
lands.
Yeah. Hey, I'm here.
That's
Wait,
nice.
why is it cloudy up? Why is it cloudy up in the sky?
Oh no.
One more for me. Modern wrestlers that have it, and then I'm gonna move to and then I'll throw it to you, Doc, for the last part of it. I do believe FTR has it as a tag team.
They got it. Yeah.
And I just want to say, if you're listening to this on the YouTube channel, post in the comments modern wrestlers that have it based on the criteria that Harper
I got one for you,
mentioned
Mike.
a little while ago. Okay, go ahead.
Randy Orton.
Yeah, Randy Orton has it.
He's got it, but he don't do nothing for me. Never has.
Well, because
let me follow
I
up.
think he's a great heel.
Matt Riddle.
Go away, Heat.
See, I don't even know these. Like, I don't think I've ever seen him wrestle. I just like hear him. Does he really have like birds fly out of his? Like, they got some graphic.
He only listens to Cornette.
Yeah, like is that for real?
So he comes to the ring in like a scuba suit, but it's got shorty shorts, and he's on one of those Razor scooters.
Uh-huh.
And he's wearing slides. He wrestles barefoot.
He's wearing like the fucking flip flop thingies.
Yeah, but they're slides.
Yeah.
And when he gets in the ring, he jumps with his feet and kicks his feet both straight out, and the flip flops go flying. When they do, there's birds or butterflies or whatever. I feel like the answer is no, just for me having to explain that. Yeah. So yeah, if you're listening to this and you're like, I can't believe you didn't say, somebody's going to say Jay White, somebody's going to say Zack Sabre Jr. Why did we forget so and so? So I'm telling you, Mike's ready to hear your argument.
Well, post it in the comments on YouTube. State your case there. That's how you do it.
Who had it? I forgot I bought a souvenir in Texas. I found it in the trunk. I went to y'all got that place called Dirt Cheap?
Dirt Weed?
Sir. Never heard of it.
Oh, well, I was in there, and they had a Bobby Heenan action figure, like in the Weasel outfit, when he was wrestling against the Ultimate Warrior.
Really?
Yeah, I saw. I was like, holy shit! And it was like $4. I was like, this is mine.
How much is it worth on eBay's?
Oh, I don't know. Well, the box is beat to shit. It fucking looks like it was used for a fucking soccer ball. But yeah, I just, oh goddamn, look at this. I scooped that shit up real quick.
You didn't spend all your allowance on it, did you?
No.
I want to see a picture. Send me a picture of it, Harper. I'd love to see it.
All right. That was on Top Gun.
I still want to see that. Y'all have seen it and I haven't.
Bruh, I saw it Sunday and I saw it again yesterday. That's how badass that fucking movie is.
That was the first time I had been to the movie theater since the pandemic.
It was great, Michael. It was a great movie. It was so good to see a great movie that didn't have CGI superheroes or fucking dinosaurs or some dumb shit, dude. It was awesome.
I got to convince my broad to go see that because, I just can't see a black woman wanting to go sit through 2 hours of Top fucking Gun Maverick. I mean, I just...
There's a black pilot.
Oh, well, maybe I'll mention that and that'll sway her to want to go.
Yeah, Payback.
She wants to see that stupid fucking... She wants to see the new Jurassic Park, like they haven't made enough of those.
Yeah, dude. That's what I'm saying. It's like the superhero movies. How many times can I see these goddamn dinosaurs run around? It's like,
and I don't know much about these superheroes, but it feels like they're down in the bottom barrel of the barrel with the superheroes.
Yes, they fucking blown their load, and so Disney is gonna whore that shit out, bro. They're gonna dig up all kinds of they're like D-list superheroes,
right?
Because fuck, dude,
the young bucks of the superheroes.
It's like it's gonna be Special Delivery Jones versus Iron Mike Sharp main event. And
all right, Doc, we got another topic to get to, and
we sure do. Harper,
when's the
last time you got real fucked up and got behind the wheel of a car?
Oh, come on.
Never. Harper wouldn't do something like that. He's a good Catholic white boy from Metairie.
It's been a while.
It never happened.
It never happened.
Now it did, because here's the thing. Times have changed and we've all learned and grown.
Yeah.
And so we're not here to romanticize the times when Harley and the boys would drink a case of beer rolling down the highway. But at least they didn't get pulled over. And if they did, they weren't blowing a .294.
Can you tell the people what you're talking about, Doc?
No, that's your job. Your job is to keep it on the wheels on the road while Harper and I are consistently grabbing the wheel and tugging it to the left or right.
According to the Daytona Beach News Journal, and this is where I'm going to ask our legal friends who listen to this show to tell us what they think, and maybe we'll have a follow-up in another week or so, or 2 weeks, whenever they get back to us. Hardy, 44, was arrested for DUI, driving while his license was canceled, revoked, and violating a restriction in which he was required to have a DUI interlock device in his vehicle.
So you said Hardy, which one?
Jeff, sorry. This was Hardy's third DUI offense in the last 10 years and is a third-degree felony, according to the Daytona Beach News Journal. So, on Interstate 4, I was going to keep going. One more thing, Doc. Police said Hardy was swerving all over the roadway, failing to maintain his lane, and running off the roadway. Police said Hardy admitted to drinking earlier in the day. Hardy agreed to 2 breathalyzer readings and blew a .294 and .291. The legal limit in Florida is .08.
They got the video. You can watch it.
I don't know if I...
It's on TMZ.
Of course. They get everything.
He says he did a couple shots of Fireball earlier. I'm like, dude, why would you say that?
Okay. So my mother-in-law is an elderly lady, and she drinks maybe 4 or 5 times a year. And when I say drinks, I mean has a drink.
That's like Christmas, New Year's,
Thanksgiving, yeah.
Yeah.
But for some reason, she has decided she likes some sort of concoction with Sprite and Fireball or some shit that they
Oh
make.
my God.
So there's Fireball in the house, and every once in a while, I think it's a good idea to like just, get into super trouble and try it. And it never turns out well. It's never a good idea. It's never a good idea.
Yeah, I can't do shots anymore, bro. It's just fuck this, bro.
Okay. So none of us are angels. We've all done things we regret. We all live in glass houses when we're about to throw some stones, but grab your rocks because here we come. Dude, he is 44 years old. That means if he's still getting behind the wheel, and he's rich, or he ought to be, let's say that. If he's still getting behind the wheel, he's male Sonny in waiting.
I don't understand. Why didn't you just call a fucking Uber?
Right.
Because he's Jeff Hardy. I don't get it. If there's one thing the NFL I think generally gets right on some of this stuff is I think they have a policy or they have a partnership or something where you can just do that, call an Uber. Like, I know guys still drink and drive, but my point is, like, I thought that too. I was like, just especially nowadays, just call an Uber or a Lyft. I mean, it ain't that hard. The other thing. This is one thing I didn't understand about the story, Doc, is so he violated the restriction in which he's required to have that DUI interlock device on his vehicle. So was he driving his vehicle or was he driving someone else's vehicle? Because if he was driving his vehicle, I didn't know those interlock devices can just easily be taken off.
Be bypassed, right.
So that was a question I had, but I didn't mean to sidetrack because
It was a Dodge Charger, so I don't know. It could have been he can't get a rental car, so I don't know. I assume he can't.
So here's the thing. Again, we're not angels. We're not good Christian athletes, and we're not down at the Wayward Home for Single Mothers.
Harper is. He's a good Catholic white boy from Metairie.
That's right. Tell him, Michael.
No such thing exists. Now.
Hey.
He goes to St. Clement of Rome every Sunday, right, Harper?
You want to drink? By all means, I'll probably have a few with you. If you have a problem,
bitch, you be fucking drunk.
If you have a problem, I drink Jeff Hardy under the table, lickety split. I'm not worried about that.
You're just not gonna drive after.
Right.
Exactly, and that's the point. Is if you have a true problem with alcohol, you need to get help. But again, like we said a few weeks ago about Sonny, if you want to tear up your own life, I prefer you don't, but have at it. You get on the road and you run somebody over, now we have a problem. Some innocent bystander to your bullshit gets fucked with.
And it was like
9:30 in the morning, so I assumed he got arrested at night.
Right.
And then he was eventually booked at 9:30.
That's when you could hit kids. Like
no.
at 3:30 in the morning, you're only going to bump into other drunks on the road.
Right. Except it's a fucking raccoon or something.
That's Harper's ex coming home.
Okay, keep going. Go ahead, Doc.
Okay, so Harper, I need your help here.
Uh,
You're blowing at 0.29 at 9:30 in the morning.
bruh.
Blowing.
That means you just got done drinking
Right.
from all night.
That's something I've done like in my 20s, but like when you're like basically middle aged and you still doing shit like that, it's like, come on, bro, what are you doing?
Right.
Grow up.
For real, we joke about that all the time, but
And I
in
drink
this instance, grow up.
Right. I drink all the time. I do it at home. And what I've learned, and this was the best thing I've learned in my entire without a doubt, the best thing I learned in my 40s. Get started early in the day, wrap it up at a reasonable hour, and go to bed at your normal bedtime so that you don't feel like shit the next day.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, he's a day drunk. Both of y'all are
Right. I didn't say don't drink. I didn't even really say cut back. I said don't get behind the wheel. And if you want to feel better the next day, go to bed early at your normal time.
I love it. Oh, this is great.
You
Should
know what I did for
Uh-oh.
the first time in fucking a million years?
Shower?
No. I had a piss in a bottle in the car. When was the last time y'all did that shit?
I tried to get my son to at a soccer tournament about 3 weeks ago, and he was too nervous.
Yeah.
Were you in a Walmart parking lot?
No. I was in a Taco Bell fucking drive-thru at like 11 o'clock, about fucking midnight or so. Last Friday night.
Were you drinking?
No.
Why were you out that late then?
Because I just got off of work. And we'll fucking earlier. Then I went to the bar, and I had just
story's
a few.
falling apart. A
And
few.
I'm like,
I just said, were you drinking? You said no, and then you said you
yeah.
had a few. I'm gonna start calling you Jeff Hardy.
I wasn't fucked up.
Are you gonna do a swanton bomb next? Come on.
I'm sitting in line, bro. And it was like a half an hour. I was like, I gotta piss, dude. And it was like DEFCON 1. I was like, what the fuck? And I look, there's a water bottle. I was like, how am I gonna? Because normally when I do that, well, like back in the day when I used to do it, the best bottles are those. They got these monster aluminum bottles with those. That's got the big fucking mouth on it, like the big hole. Those are perfect. And I would always keep one of those cans in the car. And I'm like, fuck, what we're gonna piss in? I found the fucking water bottle. And I pulled it off, dude. I had to put in that little bitty ass fucking hole. I pulled it off, bro. I'm like a fucking sniper.
Man, seriously, they ought to have
Bradley Cooper, bro. I was just.
They ought to have. They ought to legitimately have cops sitting there with a roadblock on the other side of fast food drive-thrus late at night.
Oh yeah,
bro.
The Whataburgers in Texas, every single person's going down.
I went to one of those before we left. I was like, I gotta go to a Whataburger. The night before we fucking went there, I got the patty melt, which is fucking delicious.
Like, no, Whataburger's good, man. I like it. Yeah.
Austin also had In-N-Out there as well.
We got them up here.
Oh, do you really? Damn, y'all lucky.
Never been to one.
Place. I don't think it's all that great.
No, those are good.
I fear that if we don't talk about 91 wrestling soon, we won't.
All right.
We'll never get through the show. So, Doc, any closing thoughts on
And here's
Jeff
the
Hardy?
thing. In all seriousness, him, the Uso brother, whatever, they got talent in the wrestling ring, but I hope they don't hurt somebody else. And so I hope, Tony Khan suspended him without pay till he goes to treatment.
Did he really?
Yeah. So he goes to treatment. Hopefully that works. Hopefully that's what he needs. If you need a sober buddy, Harper will be your sponsor.
Yeah. Oh fuck, bro! I mean, I had a friend of mine. I don't know. She fucking went down a bad path in life. I put it to you like that. And
So many questions have already lined up in my brain.
And she went to rehab and she needed a sponsor. And my friend Brett goes, "What, like in NASCAR?" I fucking laughed my ass off. Yeah, she's gonna have fucking Budweiser racing on the side of fucking Shell gas on the side of
Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Oh my God.
Was this girl hot?
No.
Oh, then I lost interest real quick.
Yeah.
She's still with us?
I'll be honest, I have no idea, bro.
If you had to put a percentage on it.
50-50.
Those aren't good odds.
Yeah, that's not good at all.
And on that note,
with the way I live, they told me at my last physical, my chances of a heart attack or stroke were like 3%. They were like, "That's really good for somebody your age."
Oh,
I was like, "Hell yeah, I'm gonna live forever." And they were like, "Slow down."
on that note, we are 46 minutes into this, 47 maybe, and we still got to talk about 1991 from January 12th of 91. So, Doc, I've got the video up for us. I got my note taker up. Sucker. I know you got your note taker up, and according to the history of WWE.com, this was again filmed on December 11th, 1990 at Center Stage, just like last week's show. But yes, this is January 12th, so a month after we're seeing what was filmed. I point that out because, of course, it would have been recorded before Starrcade, like I said last week. JR opens the show, and he goes through last week's matches with who won and lost, and JR's flying solo. And JR does say they will have a complete report from what happened at the Meadowlands show that we were promoting last week with Lawrence Taylor and whatnot. We then immediately go to the first match, Brian Pillman versus Smoky Mountain Wrestling alumni Mark Kyle. Doc, throw to you. What you got from the first match?
440 with volume.
All right. So let's see. It skipped. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. In the beginning, lots of chops here. Pillman's going to get the loud chops.
So I got 433. I'm going to hit volume, and here we go. Let's listen.
Primetime broadcast from the CNN Center atrium. Mark Kyle again using those right hands. Ooh. You can hear that. The impact of those chops.
Nice overhand chops.
Yeah, earlier in the match, you could see Pillman visibly talking to Kyle in the ring a lot. He's still learning. No Caudle this week. We do understand that he'll be back next week.
I think JR is I think he's voicing this over from the studio. I don't think he's doing that live.
I think so too, because if it was taped a month ago, why wouldn't he be there?
Yeah.
If he was there for the other stuff. This was a good little match. I mean, Mark Kyle, as we know, we have a lot of respect for him as a solid professional wrestler. Probably deserved a station in life a little bit higher than what he attained.
Yeah.
But, you know, he doesn't have it, but he's a good wrestler.
He could have made a true living at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pillman has it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pillman's got it. You see why when you watch Kyle, Cornette hired him for Smokey.
Oh, yeah. Now, 623 coming up here.
All right.
We got Un Raton.
Okay, I'll be ready to pause it. Let's see. 623. Pillman wins, crossbody off the top. And
oh wow.
She's underage, dude.
No, she's not.
Yeah, that's a girl. That's a little girl.
No.
Not little girl.
Harper, help me out here.
Bro, it's so hard to tell with people from this time.
Yeah, because they're 60 now, no matter what.
Man.
No, I don't know. No, that's someone like college age, maybe mid-20s.
Yeah.
That's a 16-year-old.
No.
Her name is Victoria, and she is 19 to 22.
Yes. And she goes to cosmetology school.
Yeah.
And she drives a Chevy Cavalier.
Wow. Okay. That's a 16-year-old dude. I'm sorry.
That is
There's
not.
way.
No.
If it
He's
is,
not in
then
her 20s.
forget everything we said because we're not creeps.
No, dude.
Yeah, like
That
that
broad is not 16.
broad, huh? Wow, that's
Bro.
nice.
Classy.
Yeah, real classy. I mean, seriously, broad.
Broad.
Okay. Well, that match is over,
There
and
you
there's some commercials playing, and
Fuck, I
we
remember
see
back then, I wanted cable so bad because
God,
of
it would have
this.
been. It would have solved so many problems for me.
Dude, just for the basketball, I begged my mom because that's when it was for the playoffs. Like, I gotta see this. This is when Jordan and Larry Bird and Magic Johnson and Isaiah, like, it was just on fire. I was like, I gotta see this. This is every night. It's on here. I'm like, okay, and yeah, of course we didn't get it.
Bro, I saw a video of Sean Kemp not too long ago. That guy's got his own gravitational pull.
Yeah.
now he does. Back then he
Yeah.
flew. Amazing,
Mhm.
huh?
Uh-huh.
That was the reason. That guy was good, man. Let's go to the next match after this commercial. We got Ricky Morton versus Wild Bill. Wild Bill has an interesting look in 1981. We've known him with the short hair. Had short hair for a while, but his gear, it's like it's a snakeskin singlet and long tights.
Looks like the Repo Man.
It's a terrible color. It is not nice. It looks like upward and it looks like it's the color of like a fish's underbelly.
Yeah. It's almost like the Repo Man look. He
It
does look like a fucking fish. Yeah, he's like a speckled trout. that fucking Frank Davis caught in fucking Hopedale.
Nobody on this show, even Doc, knows who Frank Davis is. Maybe Chuck Gunter does. Maybe Clifton Harris does. Well, they'll know. They're from Louisiana and New Orleans, but no one else listening knows who the hell Frank Davis is or where Hopedale, Louisiana is. Look at it on the map if you want to know. Frank Davis, R.I.P. Naturally, Nolans. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So this is the second straight match where you have an undersized babyface taking on a larger sized veteran.
Yeah, but he's not that much bigger.
No.
I don't know. Wild Bill was kind of tall. And Morton's like my height. Look at him when they're standing next to each other.
Fuck. Fuck, I didn't realize he's a lot taller than him. Maybe I was wrong.
Old Barney.
Mm.
Chauncey. All right. Doc, what else you got from it?
This is another good little match. Decent. I mean, these two guys are vets. They know how to work. And again, this isn't the headliner of a pay-per-view, but it's Saturday night, and this was a good match.
Yeah, fucking know what I love? If you go back when he held his arm on the fucking rope, no one does that shit anymore.
Nope. It's all about the flips and dives. So Wild Bill hits an elbow off the second rope. Then he goes for a second one, and he misses. And Morton then rolls up Wild Bill for the win. JR mentions as we go to commercial, you're going to hear how you can get in on winning the WCW Sexiest Wrestler contest. That's where you send in who you want to be the sexiest wrestler, and I guess they pick you, or the winner is picked, and you win something. Renegade Warriors versus State Patrol. There's a picture-in-picture from the Renegade Warriors. Anyway, or after the fact.
My first note here was Mike is going to say the wrong team is about to win.
No. I like the Young Bloods. I mean, what's... the Young Bloods are about to get, like, I ain't going to say some comeuppance, but, man, to be...
They're going to get put in the game.
Yeah.
What year was this?
91.
91? Yeah, so...
Go ahead, Harper.
So Dancing with Wolves have fucking came out. I guess that's where they got this whole gimmick from.
There's a comment made about that in this match.
Oh, really?
I don't think that's where they got the gimmick from. They've been the Young Bloods for years.
Yeah, but they just all of a sudden show up now?
No, I mean, they've been... This gimmick that they're doing, they might be under a different name.
But they always but they fucking brought him in for a reason.
Not for a season.
So Dances with Wolves came out and they were like, yeah, we got to get the Young Bloods.
Bro, where do you think fucking Tatanka came from?
Jesus Christ.
You think a fucking Indian wrestler just awesome popped up out of nowhere for the WWE?
It's an indigenous person, Harper.
What about Dances with Dudley?
Oh.
that is offensive if you think about it in 2022. Stop saying the I word, Harper. You're supposed to be a Catholic white boy from Metairie.
What? Exactly. The Indians.
It's time for you to, Harper, it's time for you to wake up.
Oh, God, you know what I saw in some little like Mexican store in Texas? Now they got like the little green army men and the little dinosaurs. They actually had the cowboys and Indians, like from back in the day when we were kids. I couldn't believe it.
Just by looking at that, you're in trouble.
I couldn't believe it. They still make that shit. Of course, this was some like Mexican place, but I'm like,
what's that supposed to mean?
What does that have to do with it?
It sold a lot of that, like the rip-off like toys. Like instead of like Jurassic Park, it was like Dinosaur World, and it was a fake. You know, it looks like the T-Rex from Jurassic Park, but it's not.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What do you think T-Rex is up to these days? I was gonna say 340.
Oh, come on. Oh,
he was that before. He was that before he left. He's pushing 380 now, dude.
Did he leave to a better company, or he just
kayfabe, brother?
Kayfabe, brose. But I guarantee you one thing: them skinny arms are still swinging by. Those little skinny long arms are still slinging. You don't have short arms. Those little arms are slinging. I can see him in the Walmart or Nebraska Furniture Mart or any of these places he frequents. Those little arms are swinging.
That fool one time went to the Nebraska Furniture Mart, and I asked him how it was, and he said he didn't have enough time and that he needed to take a vacation day to go back and really explore it.
That motherfucker drove from Texas.
No.
To Nebraska?
No. Oh,
it's a furniture store in Texas, Harper.
It's so big it has its own parking garage. Legit.
It's pretty damn big.
I drove by it this weekend.
Yeah. Damn.
Big. I've never been in there. I would never go in there. I've no desire to go in there.
Just the thought of having to go there gives me a slight panic attack.
It's got good furniture, or it's just
I don't know. I ain't going there. It's too big.
Mrs. Doctor,
you ever been to an IKEA?
No.
Oh God.
Too big too.
Y'all got those?
Oh my God! I went in there once with the missus. Holy crap! Just Doc, remember last week? I wanted to walk into the cooler and swing from it. Von Erich thing, brother. Place is huge, and it's nothing but junk in there. Junk. Doc, you still there?
I'm afraid they're not going to be a sponsor now.
Okay. JR mentions that. I'm listening.
This is not a bad match. I just don't like. I'm not into the young bloods.
JR mentions.
JR did say that State Patrol is very underrated.
He's not wrong. JR mentions that next Saturday night, that Saturday night will not air, but it actually does air because we have next week's show. So I'm not sure what JR is talking about. Anyway, the finish is Chris Youngblood is taking the heat, and then he turns into a four-way brawl, and the Renegade Warriors end up winning after a double crossbody by Mark Youngblood. And I'm not going to say the wrong team won, but the State Patrol is definitely underrated. Now, we do have a promo to go to, and I think you all are going to be able to hear this one this week, Doc. Is that okay with you?
That'd be great.
Okay. You know, after last week and all your crying like little bitches and whatnot. Here's the promo.
30th of January at the Clash of the Champions. My guests, the Renegade Warriors, are going to enter the ring against two of the Horsemen, Arn Anderson and Barry Windham. My question is to you two. You know, a cliche becomes a cliche because more often than not, it's true. I think you guys are in just a little bit over your heads.
Well, you know, 1990 was an okay year for the Renegade Warriors.
But 1991, Paulie Dangerously, is the year of the Renegade Warriors. And I don't care what comers. If it's the world champions, it doesn't matter. But we're setting our sights on. It's a privilege for us to go against the Four Horsemen and the combo of Barry Windham and Arn Anderson, because I think we can beat them. And all these people here do. Wow. And let me tell you what, we don't take any flack off any punks like you two. Let me tell you what, you come in here against us, you're biting off a little more than you can chew, pal. You understand? Don't get in my face. You get it?
The Renegade Warriors and the Horsemen. The Warriors showing they're not intimidated. Now the Horsemen double teaming. The Horsemen rammed them into the post. Just rammed Mark Youngblood in the post. And then win.
So this is what I meant by they kind of get elevated, man. I know it's a very short thing that they do, and it's just pretty much for the Clash from what I remember, but they partnered them with Arn Anderson and Barry Windham. And I don't know, Doc, that's a
I'm not going to be mad at that.
Yeah. If Barry Windham looks like an undercover cop who's like going to go, like he's a narc.
That, or he looks like the soccer dad on the sideline who's going to wait and have enough and then unload on the ref and maybe punch him.
Or the dad who wants to approach you, but he can't waste his time is too precious for him to coach the team, but he wants to tell you how to coach it.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, it's the first thing they've done that made me give one crap about the young bloods or the renegades. Yeah. So, okay.
Yeah,
it's not going to be long and it's not going to change the world, but at least it's something.
Yeah, the Renegade Warriors at the end there, they were still talking after the beatdown. They said, hey, no need to wait till the Clash. We can do it now. Well, they had just done it, so we'll see. We go to commercial. I thought it was, hey, look, like you said, Doc, they could do worse. We go to commercial, and the commercial's in, and then we come out of the commercials, and it is the Z-Man versus Tom Burke.
Not that Tom Burke.
Time to get some Z's. I got nothing from this, Doc. I can't. Z-Man, I just can't.
The ladies love him.
I don't care.
Oh, come on. You're just jealous.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not jealous of Chris Zoncha's favorite wrestler.
His name is Tom Zoncha. That's what the Z stands for.
The Z stands for Tom?
Yeah, no. That's his first name's Tom, huh?
Yes.
No, he's just the Z-Man.
Tom Zink.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, that's his name. Tom Zoncha. That's
his first name is Z.
Harper said his shoot name is Tom Zoncha.
Yeah, he's from Illinois.
His first name is Z, last minute name is Man.
Is he really from Illinois?
Yeah.
No, he was from Minneapolis.
I'm messing with you, Harper. No, I'm messing with Harper.
Yeah.
Tom Burke is a wrestling memorabilia guy, right?
Yeah.
Not this one.
Not this Tom Burke. Yeah.
Right. I had that note, and then my next note was 5 Z's in a row.
Meaning you got a nap in during this boring match.
That's nice.
I took this opportunity to start fast forward.
So we get a suplex
Can't sleep on the job.
By the Z-Man, then a super kick, and then a kick to the back of the head, and a missile drop kick, and Z-Man pins Tom Burke. And dude,
what?
This dude's like an ice bucket of water.
Come on, man. Look at this guy. He's got great physique. Nice, good-looking Italian guy.
But he's got a hog on him.
Yeah, look at that.
We're not talking about what kind of person he is or what he does in the bed with the ladies, as y'all are talking about what kind of hog he's got on him.
I think he's got a pack of bar-ass hot dogs in his pants.
Jesus.
Come
on. However, we're not done with the Z-Man just yet, because Z-Man has to cut a promo with Paul E. Dangerously at ringside as the NWA TV champion. let's go to Z-Man and watch what happens during this promo.
With the Z-Man, the world television champion, and I tell you what, Mr. Champion, you not only have Arn Anderson breathing down your neck, you not only have beautiful Bobby Eaton breathing down your neck, you now have Mr. Nice Guy Terry Taylor breathing down your oh-so-muscular neck.
What can I say? All of a sudden, this belt has a lot of meaning to it, and there's a lot of guys.
What's happening, son?
Oh,
Well,
woke
that's
up, Bobby's
something.
here.
Do you like being the world television champion? Do you like it?
Yeah.
Your head's getting big?
No.
I'm going to tell you something. The night before the Clash of Champions, I want you to wear this belt to bed, take a shower with it, because I'm going to take it to the Clash of Champions.
Whoa. This is all wrong. Neither one of you two should be here. Now, I know you're a great wrestler, and I don't, maybe I've been Mr. Nice Guy. Maybe it's time for me to stand up for myself. Mind your own business.
Okay.
Now, you are a great champion. You can do anything in the ring. And I think everybody here knows it should be me wrestling you at the Clash on the 30th. Now, Bobby, I won all the matches I needed to win. Yeah, you took my title shot, but I don't want to get in an argument. All I'm saying is I want what's mine. Bobby, you're a great wrestler, but I think everybody out here knows that I could beat you on any given night. No, I could beat you yesterday. I could beat you tomorrow. I could beat...
When can you beat me? You can beat me anytime, son? Anytime. Do you have your wrestling gear with you?
Sure.
How about today?
Today! What are we doing today, huh?
If I have to beat you here on television today to get my shot at the Clash, that's what I'll do.
All right, go for it, big boy.
I'll go for it. I just want your word that you will give the winner of this match an opportunity of that belt. Just tell me he's a champion and a gentleman. I don't know what's with your attitude, but you got it. I don't care. Anyone, I'll give the winner of the match a title shot.
I tell you
got my word
what,
on
you
that.
and I can sit back and watch it tonight. Beautiful Bobby and Terry Taylor, and he and I will all be back in just about a minute.
Thanks, Paul.
Oh,
And you're
Lawrence Taylor,
watching
look.
World Championship Wrestling with Jim Ross on TBS.
I had to hit Lawrence Taylor, didn't I?
Bro.
So Bobby Eaton saved us and cuts off Z-Man. It woke me up. I was falling asleep, and Bobby says he's taking the
I
title
thought
from
Bobby
Z-Man.
Eaton was phenomenal there for a guy who's supposed to not be able to talk. Now he struggled a little bit with the language, being a hillbilly and all. But man, when he said, "When can you beat me? How about right now? Let's go." That was great.
I think that's like the 5th time we've heard Bobby cut a promo.
It was by far the best. He was good.
Yeah.
Give that man a microphone.
I mean, the best part about that was interrupting Z-Man. And then Terry Taylor comes out. And hey, a little shit talking in the middle of the show. That's how you do it. That's all we
I
asked
think
for.
I like Terry Taylor because wearing glasses was heelish.
Isn't it so much better than those promos with the green screen and they're just standing there and
Yes.
Yes.
with the logo?
They're interacting.
100%.
Interactions.
Yeah.
100% better. Any other thoughts, Doc? I thought this was good. It leads to something
I thought
in the
it was
middle of this
really
show,
good.
too.
I'm
Yep.
not kidding, man. Bobby Eaton was awesome there, in my opinion.
He won the Rolex just cutting off Z-Man. I can tell you that right now.
Come on.
My opinion. But, you know.
Leave Thomas alone.
All right. Well, good stuff there from Bobby Eaton, Terry Taylor, and Z-Man. Give him credit. So we keep going. There was a commercial, and then Jim Ross throws to a replay of Sid attacking Norman, and Sid doing us all a favor and giving Norman a concussion.
Thank God.
Boy, tell me about it. So, and then after that, they go to Norman. I don't have the right timestamp on this. There's Norman hitting a post, getting a concussion as Santa Claus. He beats Norman's ass. Look at the kid. Remember, Doc, we were celebrating, or we were talking about the kid celebrating that getting a stuffed animal. He didn't give two shits that Norman was getting his ass whooped, which was great. And then we get a promo from Norman. I feel like it's got to be played because it's just Norman being terrible. Here it is.
You know something, Sid Vicious? You come out on national TV and run my head into a steel post. You give me these bad headaches now. I can't think straight anymore. You bang me around, hit me in the head. Well, you know something, Sid Vicious? My doctors told me, Norman, don't wrestle no more. You can't wrestle no more. Well, I'm going to wrestle you, Sid Vicious, because I'm having these bad headaches and stuff, and I'm going to beat you for those kids. You know what else? My mommy always said, Norman, take your aspirin, your headaches will go away.
Oh,
well, you know what, Sid Vicious? I'm coming after you.
Oh, boy.
He's got headaches. His fucking gimmick gives us headaches.
Well,
Need some of that Goodies headache powder.
they go straight to Sid versus Norman. At one point, Norman is on the floor, and he breaks out the bottle of pills that he just had. And we're told they're aspirin for his headache.
What were
as
they
JR
really?
Says.
If he's a trucker, there'd be no-dos.
Yeah. Well, no
Mini
dose wake
Thin.
you up. Yeah.
Mini Thins. You ever take Mini Thins, Harper?
No. What is that?
Like trucker speed?
Oh,
You get it at the
no.
convenience store?
Well, like those pills with like the fucking hard-on pills and all that shit.
Well, no, that's different.
I remember they had one of them, and the logo was Ryu fucking the shit out of Chung-Li from Street Fighter 2.
Come on.
And I'm thinking,
How did you just take something I said that was seedy, like trucker speed, and make it worse?
well, that's what I'm thinking. God, these people must not worry about getting sued.
No, I don't think that's really a concern.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because they weren't selling it online. They were just selling it in truck
Opening
stops.
up their
and-
snake oil shop on the side of the
Yeah.
road and selling it till the cops showed up.
Yeah.
I mean, you do that nowadays, yeah, you'll get in trouble. But there was no e-commerce. Well, even if there was e-commerce, it's just being sold in a truck stop. Oh God. All right.
I'm gonna tell you this whole match right here. It was
Yeah.
too long and it wasn't brutal enough.
What's it say? Santa Norman #1.
It was too long and it was not brutal enough. It went on for like 3.5 minutes. I mean, just, bruh. Norman's just not doing nothing.
He
I
needs
don't-
to go pick up Tom Zink and go to a different territory.
Look, here he comes. Look, he's taking a bottle of pills out in the middle of the match. After Sid had already beat him up for like 3 minutes. Now he's
This
clearing
is
his
so
head.
stupid, bro.
It's so stupid. And then Sid hits him and he hits
Oh,
his
he
head.
hits his head again.
Yeah.
Poor bastard.
It's just dumb.
Mm.
And this is the finish, leg drop. Because Sid was not breaking his back to get this
Yeah, for real,
tub
huh?
of goo up. What, Doc? What's so funny?
Just way to blow off a feud with a leg drop.
It's so terrible, man. It's just, I'm fast forwarding, dude. I can't do no more with this
Well,
idiot.
go.
Oh man! All right,
Hurry,
well,
hurry.
hold
Taylor.
on. I gotta rewind.
Hey, so hold on. I saw a tweet the other night. I think Fritz was in on it, where somebody posted the 10 best NFL defensive players of all time. We all said LT last week, but this list had Reggie White above LT.
No.
I ain't doing that.
Bro, you can't
Reg-
trust those fucking lists.
Reggie White.
mean-
Reggie White's was great, but he wasn't better than LT in my opinion.
Man, LT was a one-man devastation crew.
That takes nothing away from Reggie. It's just
Yeah, being the second best of all time is not a slight. Trust me.
right. Yeah, no, not. Well, we keep moving, and JR throws to a clip of Lex Luger.
Is that a
With
band
Lawrence.
shirt, Doc?
Where?
Go back. What?
It looks like Jets,
Hit play?
New York Jets.
Wait. No, like the guy next to him. Is that?
This fella.
Look at these two morons.
Overkill, maybe Man of War. They might be into some kicks or Great White.
Metal Church.
Metal Church. Good one. Good one.
Right. Well, JR throws to a clip of Lex Luger from the Meadowlands with Lawrence Taylor versus the Big Cat. Luger comes out with
Hey.
Giants jersey on, shoulder pads. Yeah, he was dressed as Sting. Shoulder pads, helmet.
This is so fucking stupid.
It's
Big
terrible.
Cat has what looks like, I mean, I would say that's a white William Refrigerator Perry jersey, but I could be wrong. It's number 72, and he's got a white helmet on. They're wrestling in helmet and shoulder pads and jerseys. And Luger appears to win.
He's stuck in that helmet.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
There you go. That was so stupid.
This is just a clip of it. Look, God knows how long it actually went. And then, go ahead, Harper, because then I got to break some news.
They
Keep
look
going.
like football players without their pants on.
They're in their panties.
Right.
Yeah, because they had their tights on. Well.
But now let's get serious for a moment.
Yeah.
Right after that, we need to get serious. Let me just go ahead and play some audio from it.
They were in a football stadium?
No, this is the
Meadowlands Arena.
Oh.
Evening in the Meadowlands, a new world's heavyweight champion was crowned. That man, Nature Boy Ric Flair, defeated Sting.
Ric Flair defeated Sting for the world title
Clean,
at the Meadowlands.
1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring.
I knew that would make Doc happy, but he also sounds upset. Which one is it, Doc?
Nothing. I'm excited. Title's
Flair's
back home.
Flair's got the strap back, man.
That's right.
So,
we
Sting
realized
comes off
that
the
this
top
guy,
rope.
We realized that this fella Sting is a failed experiment.
Sting comes off the top rope, hits Flair, and the ref, Nick Patrick. Sting had Flair pinned twice after he hit it, but Patrick is still down. Flair and Sting collide. Flair uses the ropes for leverage, and Flair pins Sting for the title. Sting tells the refs, Flair's foot was on the ropes, but that didn't matter because the ref can only see what he can, only call what he can see. There he's rolling up Flair again for the pin, and Flair wins the world title, as JR says, for the 7th time. Doc, any thoughts? Your favorite wrestler of all time?
1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring.
There you go. Perfect. 1, 2, 3. Good job, Rick.
And that's that. New world champion.
I never knew they had a Meadowlands arena.
Oh yeah,
that's where the Nets used to play, right, Doc?
Oh, really?
New Jersey. No, who played there? Wasn't it the New Jersey Nets when they were New Jersey? Doc, you're the basketball guy.
On the Devils hockey team.
Doc's the basketball guy, and he's getting pissed over there. You should be happy. Flair won the title. Let's keep.
Did they misspell Conan there?
I didn't make a note, but we can always go back since that's what you want to do here.
Oh wait, did they?
Is it 2, 3 ends?
I don't know.
I mean, in the name. I'm not.
Conan.
Got a sombrero on. Blue mask and a sombrero as he came to the ring.
So?
Okay, JR, he's so honest during this match. He says, Conan is going to do some things that I have no clue how to describe him.
I thought that was great.
That was awesome. It was phenomenal. Why lie? Just call it like it is. I don't know what the hell you call it. Conan looks good. He's
fucking jacked.
Yeah, he's jacked. And because it's not high definition, you can't see the pimples on his back. Oh, I'm sorry. Not that
you're such an asshole.
So
I hate people like
So the
you.
Nets played at the Nassau Coliseum, the Rutgers Athletic Center, the Brendan Byrne Arena that was renamed to the Continental Airlines Arena and renamed to the Izod Center, and then for 2 or 3 years, not too long ago, moved to Newark to the Prudential Center and have now moved to the Barclays. So I don't believe they've ever played at the Meadowlands Arena, dickhead.
So who played at the Meadowlands Arena?
Apparently your mom was there with all her boyfriends because it was sure as hell wasn't the New Jersey Nets, you
My
dick.
mom's dead, you
He
moron.
could have been the New Jersey Devils.
Okay, so
fucking
here
hockey
I've
team.
done some more looking. The Meadowlands Arena was then called the Brendan Byrne Arena, so the Nets did play there. but it was different names because these people up north are sellouts and they got to sell the naming rights every 5 years.
Right.
So the Nets did play at the Meadowlands Arena.
So here's all the teams
like
that
I
played
said.
There. The Nets played there, but you didn't give me time to get there because you're an impatient piece of shit.
You're a freaking basketball fan. You're supposed to know all this stuff, you jackass.
I got to keep it all in my Rolodex, bro. Come on. You blow a 2-9 a couple of times a week and see what you remember. The Nets played there for 29 years. The New Jersey Rockets of the Major Indoor Soccer League played there for 2 years in the early 80s. The New York Cosmos, they were the best team in that NASL indoor in the early 80s. The Devils played there from 82 to 2007. Seton Hall played basketball there from 85 to 2007. The New Jersey Saints in something called the EPBLL played there for 2 years.
That's
that would be lacrosse.
That's a lacrosse team.
That's right.
Oh.
The New Jersey Rock and Rollers in the Roller Hockey International League played there from 94 to 97. The New Jersey Red Dogs, also known as the Gladiators, played there in the Arena Football League from 97 to 2002. The New Jersey Storm played there from 2001 to 2003 in the National Lacrosse League. And the New Jersey Extreme played there in the National Indoor Football League. You cock goblin cum slut.
All right. On that note, Conan continues to look good. He's on a few cycles. Conan with a bunch of lucha moves, and then he hits Kazana with a clothesline and a one-legged cradle suplex for the victory.
Hey,
Thanks,
Conan looked great here, and this is where lucha gets over with me. When it's the only thing I see that night, it's phenomenal. When it's how every match is based off of, shit gets boring real fast.
Right. It's like watching like midget wrestling for 5 matches.
Conan looked like a international superstar here because I ain't seen nothing like it in WCW.
You're
but
right.
if every match,
word, Harper, it's a little person.
Yeah, right. We can say midget, huh? No,
Wouldn't go there.
I think that's a little insensitive.
That's a little insensitive.
And I'm a guy who just called our co-host a cum guzzling, cum slut, cock gobbler, and I'm saying you're insensitive and you're out of line. So I think you need to apologize to all the little people out there.
I'm sorry.
I don't understand how little people's not insensitive too, though.
Bruh, I don't know. On that note, you know what's not little?
Can we come up with a
Harper's little friend when Missy Hyatt and Alexander York get on screen?
When you're done texting Mike, who needs to be to his personal cell, who has it in today's product, come up with a better word for the people that Harper just insulted.
Can we go to Missy Hyatt and Alexander York now?
I'm about to get mad at Paul Heyman.
Why?
Missy Hyatt here with Alexandra York, the administrative assistant to Michael Wall Street. And I see you have that computer, and I was just wondering, can you type in there and kind of figure out how fast I'm going to beat Polly dangerously at the Clash of Champions when we have our arm wrestling contest?
Well, Missy, normally my talents, abilities, and loyalties with this computer are reserved for Michael Wall Street. However, if you make me a lucrative enough offer to the organization, it's a woman-to-woman thing. I think maybe I can come up with some answers for you.
Well, money is no object.
Money may be no object with you. However, this computer only deals with athletes. And thinking about it, Paulie is no athlete now, is he?
You're right, he isn't. And speaking of non-athletes...
We have a problem here, so I tell you what, I'm going to let bygones be bygones. I'm going to come out here on national TV, Miss Missy Hyatt, and I'm going to give you one chance to back out of the arm wrestling contest at the Clash of the Champions before I embarrass you.
How are you going to embarrass me when I'm going to beat you, right?
I think you can beat him no problem.
No, you see, that's not what I'm talking about. You see, each and every week, Jim Herd and WCW gets more and more letters, thousands upon thousands of letters, of how a college dropout from Florida State can be a broadcaster, on how the head of the cheerleading squad can be on national TV. You don't back out of the Clash of Champions. I might just come out here on national TV, Missy, and I'll tell everybody not only how you got your job, but how you're keeping it.
I thought this was business. I didn't think you were going to get personal. You hurt my feelings.
Just proof positive that a woman each and every time will crack under pressure. Now, as for you, Miss Alexandra York, Miss Little Wall Street, with your computers, I want to tell you that you are the smartest person I've ever met in my life, because he is my all-time favorite wrestler. I'd like to talk to you, Mike, but we're out of time. I'm sorry, it was Missy's fault, and we'll be right back.
Attention wrestling.
Doc, thoughts?
Poor Missy.
Yeah.
She didn't deserve that.
Man, Paulie
Did she
going
really go
off,
to
huh?
Florida State?
I don't have a clue.
I was wondering if Missy was going to ask Alexandra York if there was a way to put naked pictures on that thing. Or does that come later?
Come on.
Wow.
Remember that website that they had? Wrestling Vixens?
I remember that. We all remember that.
We all remember that.
Oh, yeah. Everyone listening remembers that.
For reals.
Mm.
She went to, she's from Tallahassee.
There you
That's
go.
where she was born. If you can believe the internet.
Well, Harper's born in New Orleans. Well, I'm sorry, Metairie, and he went to Delgado, which is in New Orleans. So just because you're born in a city doesn't mean you went to that college. But you know, you should know that.
It maybe. I mean, why does it have to be real? It's in wrestling.
Right.
Sure.
I mean, Mike's not from Thibodeau.
There's a whole lot of heel on heel going on out there, though. It's confusing.
I mean, it's interesting. It's just that it's sad that they're like one of the only good things going. Although this episode is not bad, as I say that, it's a shame it takes Missy and a commentator / manager to get some heat going. But I'll defend him again. We get another promo like at ringside, so that's always a freaking good thing. Any other thoughts, Doc?
I thought it was good little segment.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. All right, well, so we keep working through this, and we got a commercial, and then we come to the next match, which is Rick Steiner versus Jeff Sword. They get a picture-in-picture from Rick Steiner addressing the Master Blasters. Two things here. JR says he gets a lot of mail wondering why Missy hosts the main event on Sundays. And JR says it's all women that send in that mail. He says, JR says, I never get anything from the guys.
What's that mean?
No, man.
Mm.
I doubt Missy is getting lots of mail from the women. I think it's the men mailing Missy, of course. Bro, you think about that back in the day, you actually used to write a letter to a star, and they never got it.
Huh? No.
But you actually wrote a letter to the quote-unquote stars of your franchises, sports teams, or wrestlers, and of course they never got those letters. Anyway, Doc, anything from Steiner versus Sword?
It was fine. I mean, it was pretty predictable.
So Sword is about to get his nose busted open right there with that Steiner line. You know, he pummeled Sword on that one, but yeah. Anyway, Steiner hits the belly to belly off the second, and Steiner's gonna win, and that was that. No other thoughts, you said, Doc?
Steiner line.
Mm-hmm.
We'll keep going then. There was a commercial before the next match, which is Bobby Eaton versus Terry Taylor. Remember, whoever wins this will get a shot at the NWA TV title at the next Clash.
You know what I love? It just happened now. They're like, we'll just have a triple threat match.
Right.
They sure would. They sure would.
And you're so used to seeing that. Like, I was expecting to hear that, but then you realize back then they didn't do that shit.
They skip a step now.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that they skip a step because they have so much more time to fill. So why are they skipping steps? Just, actually take your time. You got a lot of time to fill on these shows. I don't know. I don't get it. Doc, what do you have from this one? They gave him a good bit of time. That was the good thing.
Yeah, they gave him a good bit of time. Two quality professional wrestlers,
Christian athletes.
Good Christian athletes. These two guys are gonna always have a good match, in my opinion.
Well,
you're not a big fan of Terry Taylor, are you, Mike?
No, I had nothing against Terry Taylor.
Yeah. It's not his fault.
Yeah,
I agree.
He didn't pick the gimmick.
Bro, they made that dude a rooster, man. And spiked his hair up.
You got to think that Terry made some eyes at Linda or something.
Have you ever heard Bruce Pritchard explain it and try to justify it?
No, I've heard him try to explain it and lie. I haven't heard him explain it.
That's what I mean. It's dude, he says it and he wants you to believe it. I'm like, bruh, you sound stupid. All right, so look, they work a good match. Two solid pros. Nothing bad here. Everything the way you want it to be.
Everything's going to make sense. Everything's going to make sense, including the finish.
Yep. So there was a jawbreaker by Taylor. Taylor is going to suplex Eaton off the second rope. And Taylor, with 15 seconds left, hits Bobby Eaton with a 5-arm as he goes for the pin as time expires. And it ends up being, and here's something that, I don't know, I don't see them doing nowadays. They actually make it a draw. And so we didn't solve anything, but we made folks believe we were going to solve something here today, which, I don't know. I mean, people would fuss at a draw nowadays, but I think, no, that wasn't a horrible thing. It made you want to come back the next day, is my point. So anyway, Doc, what did you think of the finish being a draw, or did it make you you wanted to see it?
Made sense and didn't hurt anybody involved.
Yeah.
We go off air, and JR says, see you tomorrow on the main event. And Taylor and Eaton will still slugging away, so we'll have to see how this develops and what happens going forward. So that's how the show wraps up. No promo, none of that stuff. They kind of go off air kind of hot, if you ask me, with the draw and them fighting away right here. So on that note, Doc, we got to rate it, hand out some Rolexes. We actually got through the review portion a lot quicker than I thought we would. This is one of the shorter reviews lately. So before we do so, want to remind you all, please consider becoming a patron, tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. That's tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. Great way to support the show while getting tons of extra content. You'll get 300 plus exclusive Patreon shows, including the video versions that Doc and Harper and I do when we do these shows. You'll be able to watch them as well. tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. All right, Doc, what do you want to do first? You want to rate it, hand out Rolex? What are you going for here?
Let's rate this thing.
All right, so what are you going to rate it?
This was a pretty good episode.
This is the best one we had in a long time.
It's very good. This is very good.
I wouldn't say it was very good.
It wasn't 1986, but it was very good.
It was presentable, to say the least.
As such, along with an hour and a half, I'm going to say B+.
I'll go A-. I like wrestling, unlike you. I don't.
You've been smoking the devil's lettuce.
Harper, what are you going to rate it?
A B+.
See?
Or solid B.
I'll go first with the Rolex. Before I do that, I want to remind you all to please contact Harper if you would like a video shout out, relationship advice. You want him to cut a promo on one of your friends or family members. First thing you got to do if you want a video from Hardbody Harper is email him to chrisharper16wildcat@gmail.com. That's chrisharper16wildcat with a K at gmail.com. And then make sure you PayPal him $20 to cc30388cc@yahoo.com. If you missed any of that, check the show description. It is all in there for you to do. Let me point out, we haven't gone up on our Patreon fees. We haven't gone up on our PayPal on Harper's video shout out, and inflation is through the roof. You can't even buy a $2 pack of hot dogs these days. Everything is ridiculous.
We're the only people that are not trying to get in your wallet.
That's right.
For more than we deserve.
So it's Rolex time, not reverse Rolex like it's been lately or sometimes. I'm going Bobby Eaton.
Give me the Alabama Jam.
Yeah. I give Bobby a Rolex.
Look, we've been doing this for a number of years. Has Bobby ever gotten a Rolex from all three of us on the show?
I don't think so.
If he did, I don't recall when. So, yeah. All right. Well, that almost wraps things up here for us on this week's edition of Booking the Territory, covering the January the 12th, 1991 episode. Doc, anything before we get out of here?
What?
You can't be serious. Anything before we get out of here?
Oh, I don't guess so.
Okay. No flips and dives, none of that. We didn't get any 5-star reviews this week. That's why we didn't read any, for anybody wondering.
Oh, come on.
So
it is disappointing, isn't it?
Disappointing. I mean, Chris Zaha. Not sure how it's said according to Harper. I think it's Zaha, but he's left like 6 of them. So we can't.
I guess I do have a flip or a dive. Harper, has your shoot job situation gotten any better for you?
No.
Doc, you got to tell him why you're asking him that.
It's not going to.
No.
Mike and I have been passing back and forth what you've said about your shoot job blues. I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
We've agreed, like whether it's the 105 degree heat or our own shoot jobs, that's become a tagline between Mike and I. Is I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, for real.
We need to. Well, it looks like this podcast isn't going to come through, so maybe the 3 of us need to go in on some lotto numbers. Maybe get some scratch offs.
There you go.
That's a hell of an idea. When we doing this?
The sooner the better, because tomorrow's another day.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't have a walk-in at work, but I'm going to have to improvise. Lay down in the street in front of the shoot job and just lay there in traffic.
Oh, come on.
It went from the Von Erich thing to the swinging in the cooler. What's wrong with us, man? Grow up. What are you, 12?
There's there's also a 50% chance that the dickhole, that just complete piece of shit that found you in the walk-in, wouldn't report that he found you in the walk-in. He would just go in and get another box of burgers and come out and keep working.
Yeah.
It might be the second or third person that found you.
I ain't saying shit.
They cut you loose or
no. They just don't know. They don't even recognize that a body's swinging because they're in such a hurry because it's fast food. Yeah. They run in for the friggin' French fries or whatever they went into the freezer or cooler for.
I remember one time a friend of mine worked at McDonald's, the same guy that banged the fucking death chick. And we're barbecuing somewhere. And he shows up with a bag of those, like, chicken patties, like the McChicken or whatever the fuck.
You can play hockey with those sons of bitches, too.
Yeah. To fucking put on a barbecue pit.
Did it do well with real fire?
I can't remember. I'm like, bro, he just walked up with fucking McDonald's shit that he stole from the fucking store.
If you own a franchise of a fast food restaurant, every single person you have employed is either stealing from you or is too dumb to steal.
Yeah, but not stealing a whole goddamn bag.
Just enough to, they're stealing something.
Right.
Dude, He stole a whole bag, Harper?
The whole bag of those, like the fucking Cajun chicken sandwiches from back in the day.
People would make off with a box of bacon, dude.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, people made off with shit all the time.
A whole crate of bacon?
Stealing. Everybody's stealing, or they're too stupid to steal, which means they don't need to be there. They need to be at the group home.
Harper,
that's nice.
How did the chicken patties do on an open grill?
That's what I said.
I can't remember.
I could see them not doing so well under an actual flame.
Right.
Because it's frozen.
Not real. Right, exactly. It's not like you can't just throw it on a fucking grill.
It just melts.
Right.
Jesus.
Oh, boy.
I mean, even if it did, like, start to cook, it'd be frozen in the middle still.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like you would just cook that like in a microwave, huh?
This guy was a champion, man. He banged deaf girls and rolled around with sleeves of McChickens.
Nah, they didn't do that in the microwave, Harper. They were deep fried. Well, at least at Burger King.
Or they had the griddle, right?
I think it's still fried. I mean, it's a freaking chicken patty, man. You can't put that on a griddle.
I got you. True.
They put that sucker in a freaking. You remember how we had them at Burger King? They had the little 6 slots. You put the freaking the little chicken sandwiches in there.
You were gonna get burned with that shit. If you better get them tongs out.
You ever cleaned out a grease trap and added fresh grease to it?
Yes.
Jesus Christ, bro. Let me tell you something, dude. They would let that shit go way longer than it needed to.
I bet
and by way longer, like, change your car oil every 3,000 miles. We're talking 30,000 miles.
Oh, boy.
Bruh.
Yeah.
So if you ever got like a fried chicken patty from McDonald's or Burger King and you were like, oh, they overcooked this. Let me tell you something. Not necessarily. The grease would have been so dirty that it could make it appear like it was overcooked, but it really wasn't. The shit was just cooked in dirty ass grease. And man, let me tell you something. The stuff at the bottom of them grease traps, whew,
a mess.
Just disgusting.
You might as well eat at home.
All right, Doc, anything else?
No, I think we're
Harper's friend who slayed a deaf girl showed up with a bag of McChicken patties to put on a grill.
Superstar.
Yeah.
He worked there and didn't realize. I mean, what did he think? They had a big grease trap waiting for him?
I don't know. Just throw him on there.
What's his name, Harper? What's this guy's name?
Mark.
You still talk to him?
No.
He's lying.
No, for real. Like, I haven't heard from him in years.
Okay, fair enough. All right, on that note, Harper, I think that's about it. I think we're going to wrap things up. So why don't you hit the tagline and let's roll.
Book it, bitch.